What Metro FM? I know the station Metro FM. They had awards this past weekend. Oh, okay. No, no. I do not support people that do not support us ordinary South Africans. Oh, you want to know why? You know, during the days of apartheid, our artists used to talk about the situation of a depressed nation through storytelling, through music, through literature, through also, I don't know, inganegwane type of situation. And these artists were pretty influential in our society, especially the people that were being oppressed. So much so that even the apartheid government banned their songs. I'm talking about your PJ Powers, your Johnny Clangs, your Yvonne Chaka Chakas, Brenda Fassie, you name them. Lady Smith, Black Mambazo. There are a lot of artists, both in South Africa and in the US, Black Americans. They enshrined our struggle through music, poetry, literature, movies as well. But the people that you are telling me about, where was this award again? Oh, Durban. Oh, okay. None of them, none of them care about a depressed nation who happens to be their people, by the way. Should South Africa crumbles to the ground, what Metro FM awards are they going to be attending? Seriously, what foundation will be left for them to thrive on? As musicians, artists, whatever, they are not using their voices and their platforms to amplify and highlight what South Africans are going through, or because they don't want to antagonize their supporters outside of the South African borders. You know, you just tell the truth. You're not lying, you're not propagating. All you are saying is the truth through art. There is a say, if I remember correctly, because back in high school, uh, I used to do extracurriculum. In fact, it was compulsory that you take two extracurriculars. One of the extracurriculars that I did, apart from debating, was drama. And in your drama class, you are going to be taught that sometimes life imitates art, and art imitates life. So these are artists, they're not even imitating life. So you want me to support them? I'm sorry. I'm not going to waste my money voting for anybody that does not care about me, my family, my community, and definitely my nation. I cannot. And if you are a South African that does, something fundamentally isn't right with you. Because you're supposed to be supported by people who rub shoulders with the right people that we are trying to talk to. But they are not doing it. They're selfish, probably stupid, who knows? But I want to leave it there. Gaten Mackenzie. Why did I say at one point about Gaten Mackenzie? Gaten Mackenzie is a praise singer of Cyril Ramaphosa, and it ends there. When you become a praise singer, especially when you are a political party leader of what's supposed to be an opposition, the last thing you to do is sing praises of a government that made you create a political party in the first place. Make it make sense. Why did you create the PA if you are also going to turn around and say, Ramaphosa, bend down. Oh, by the way, before you bend down, unzip and bend down. I want to shove my head right there where the sun don't shine. That's exactly what Keaton Mackenzie did. And if any members of the PA are not sitting down in an impeachment meeting on how to recall him not only as a minister, but also as the leader of the PA, I don't know if they noticed, which is something we're going to talk about. The whole point of me sitting down here and creating a video clan is look at me now, and a whole 5 minutes I'm talking to you. Anyways, I don't know. Gaten McKenzie either is going to collapse the PA into the ANC, which will be so. That word, when you yourself, that word, yeah, yeah, that's what he's going to be doing. Because clearly he's not reading the room. What is up with political leaders not reading the room in South Africa? I don't get it. Anyways, let's talk about what happened on the 27th of April 2026. Have you ever seen Freedom Day celebration in a stadium being, I don't even want to say empty. Empty. In the marquee, which I now begin to understand what the marquee is all about. You know how they separate us, the haves and the have nots, and yet we are equal. The haves will sit in the marquee with their nice suits, and of course, they're going to be your ANC Women's League, ANC Youth League, and all the tenderpreneurs and all the ANC leaders because they think that they own us. The whole so-called Freedom Day, it's not a South African event. It's one of those events where the ANC wants to show its muscles to South Africans. And it's also a test to see also, are they still popular? No, that's what they do. That is what they do. The more crowds that they see, you remember optics, they are perception. And to play the game of perception, you need to have numbers. Just like when you own a business, your bottom line is perceived to render your business successful or unsuccessful or failing. So, same goes with political parties. The political party bottom line is numbers, it is votes. And South Africans, that was not a warning shot at that stadium in the Free State. It was, we done. We are left with no bullets, no bullets left to keep shooting warning shots at the government of national unity. Oh, yeah, you are also included. As long as you are in that coalition, that message was to you too. So, can you imagine if we had to go to elections today? Guess who was not going to come back with at least 300,000 votes? Just at least. Probably, let's say, let us be generous and say 1 million votes to the ANC from 17, 16, 18. I think the highest, the lowest they've ever gotten, probably around 11 million. That was no longer a warning shot. South Africans were like, we're done. And people of the Free State, you remember the 4 or 5 provinces that South Africans are frustrated by when it comes to elections: Free State, Limpopo, Northwest, Eastern Cape, and Mpumalanga. Those are the 5 provinces that are frustrated by South Africans. Now, the Free State has shown us, even the Eastern Cape, kancane kancane bayavela. But the Free State, the message was loud and clear. And it made all of us so happy because for the first time in a long time, when I put my head on the pillow, angazi ukuthi how did I go zwi? And I woke up this morning. And when I woke up this morning, or when you are now in your 40s, you always wake up with a pain. You go to bed feeling all well. You wake up in the morning, suddenly there's something sore in a place you never thought it existed. But today I woke up peacefully with a big smile. You know that ad where when they advertise either, I think it's it's a mattress. If it's not a mattress, a bed. The lady that wakes up and go, "Ah," you can just tell she had a great night's sleep. That was me this morning because we keep telling the powers that be, people have a breaking point. Do to the ANC as you did to the apartheid government if the ANC behaves like the apartheid government. I'm paraphrasing Nelson Mandela's quote. So it's done. And I kept thinking as well, like, listen, the ANC in most cases, it will pay buses, taxis, modes of transport to get people from all over the province where they're going to be hosting an event. And of course, there's going to be food. That was my other biggest surprise that many people in recent years, they were no longer going to listen to whatever that needs to be said by the government. They only waited for the time when food and drinks are served because probably that's their first meal they've had in 3, 4, even 5 days, and it's free. But none of them came. And now that made me wonder. So the buses that were paid for that would go and collect ANC branch members, question is, do they well, okay, and bring them over to the stadiums? The organizers, I'm wondering what stories do they have to tell? Because I can only imagine the kind of stories they are going to tell. People were throwing stones at them, people were swearing at them, people were probably burning ANC t shirts in their presence. People, that's what was running across my mind because the empty stadium makes no sense. The ANC is very strategic when it comes to events, just like the EFF. EFF, they use money. They fill up buses and then they all go to where the event is going to be held. And optics is perception. So even the people of the Free State, not even half of the stadium, and the poor old man, Ramaphosa, was like, as lame as ye chain. This one, you cannot even spin it and say, oh no, people were watching from live streaming. No, people were not watching from live streaming. I even forgot that it was Freedom Day. I only remembered when the day was almost over. Because had I known, I would have came and said, guys, look what is going on in the Free State. People didn't care. People were having picnics, and these days the rain has forgiven us. The skies are crystal blue, beautiful, and a holiday on top of that. Picnics. People are just having a great time. Families are meeting. Friends are meeting up. Nobody is talking about Freedom Day or listening to Ramaphosa. No, it was not happening because I even looked at the SABC live streaming. The numbers were not numbering to even try and spin this and say, oh, we live in a digital era. People no longer go physically to the stadium. What about food? What about music? What about their favorite artists? Come on. South Africans have had it. We are not free, Mr. President. You are free. Your family is free. Your comrades are free. They show us every day. Every single day they show us. And they're still going to show us as the ANC going to go out there to campaign. They'll be coming to us with G Wagons, Ferraris. Oh, yeah. Wearing Gucci's and Louis Vuittons from monies that they're stealing from us. And you are going to, as limitation. ANC, you done. You are so done. You are so. If you did not believe before, now you know. If you still holding on to that green, black and gold, yes. But anyways, I am quite serious about our fight for our sovereignty that has been sold. That when we say something, they are decisively tell us what they are going to do to us. But those that are perpetuating and perpetrating crimes against the people of South Africa, nobody says anything. Yeah, I'm talking about Ronald Lamula, Feroz Kachalia, the president. I don't know what he was trying to say about foreigners because I heard there's some clips about him saying it's too late. Somalis or Ethiopians are fighting for territory in the city of Johannesburg. They are unaliving each other for territory. Ethiopians. What do you think is going to happen with that kind of history that they have in Ethiopia? This is going to spread. And guess who's going to be collecting them stray bullets? Yep, South Africans. The Minister of Small Business, whatever, that useless lady, ma'am, you are useless. You are no different from a person that is stealing South Africans' taxpayers every month when you collect a salary from the people of South Africa. No different. You are a thief because you do nothing. Those businesses in downtown Johannesburg, you should have visited them. Businesses in Kokompo, Central, in Isla, PE, and everywhere. You think by sitting in your room, in your office, and turning around with the chair, things are going to happen on their own? You are useless, ma'am. You are useless. Oh, useless. Phela nje into oyenzayo ucollecta e-check. I think it's about time now we started seeing our ministers on the ground. Do you see Nasipa Moya? Yeah, the mayor of Tshwane. She doesn't sit in the office. Akajiki nestulo. She's on the ground. She sees, smells, and experience in real time the people that she is entrusted to work with, how their experiences. Nina Nishala in your offices and then you call a camera. And in the camera you try to speak intelligent. But where's the work? Where's the work? Small business, my foot. You know, when we used to have the Department of Trade and Industry, at least we saw something. At least we saw something. From this lady, whatever her name is, ma'am, awazi what you are doing. Awazi. Please step down. All of this is happening under your watch. Okay, maybe you were not there, but when you got into that office in 2024, What strategy did you have? How many young people have you converted from sitting in the street corners by the containers of my friends and gave them business opportunities, and they are thriving today? Oh, useless Siswabantu. That is why I'm saying I am liking you collecting our tax money in a form of salary as stealing, theft. You are not delivering, ma'am. You don't know what you are doing. Step down. Step down. You know, when you're looking at the city of Johannesburg and you look at the city of eThekwini and you go to Kokompo as well, the cities are empty, but they were filled when these illegal foreigners running illegal businesses in our cities. How many South Africans could have been owning these businesses that are now closed? You've been exposed, ma'am. You've been exposed that you are useless. Ma'am, you are useless. Let us see you on the ground and convert unemployed youth and then give them business opportunities. Are you useless? Oh, useless, Nje. You are useless. And then there are some few things I feel like the Minister of Home Affairs owes us. So what happened to Chidima Adechina? What happened to her mom? I'm just asking, sir. You see, we don't forget. There are things that we have to ask because these are the things that are enabling us being disrespected and invaded when you guys do not follow up. Where is she? Where's her mom? How come we haven't heard anything about her going through a trial? Hmm. Anyways, I just thought let me sit down here and let's talk about what's running across my mind. The so-called celebrities and influencers, fellow South Africans, stop supporting them. Let them learn to be part of us. Let them experience what we are going through. Ningabasapoti. Ningabasapoti until they get into those studios and start singing and amplifying our message without fear of favor. Metro FM awards my foot. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. Whatever you do, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.